When David and Jackie Siegel lost Victoria, no amount of fame or fortune mattered.
When she passed away, all the money in the world, $100 million home, it didn't mean anything because all that money couldn't bring her back to life.
What mattered most was stopping the senseless, avoidable deaths from a drug overdose that was wiping out our future generation.
My husband, he did all this research and decided to go to Washington, D.C., do everything in his power to hopefully prevent other parents from going through a totally preventable loss of your child's life.
What other business does Congress have that's more important than hundreds and thousands of lives being lost every year?
David and Jackie knew the 3 reasons they lost Victoria were that they missed the signs.
I realized I didn't know my daughter. I want other parents to realize they think their daughter or son would never touch drugs. They don't know what's going on at their kids' friends' houses.
She also did not have coping skills.
She had no coping mechanism, and the only thing she knew was what she always knew, and that was drugs.
And they did not have naloxone at home, nor did the first responders have it when they found her.
Most of the deaths that are represented in this room could have been prevented if a naloxone was available.
They founded Victoria's Voice Foundation.
We've saved in the last year thousands of lives through our efforts. We're going to save thousands more.
The foundation took what caused her death and built extraordinary programs around it. Joined forces with some of the most powerful and influential individuals in business and in government.
We hope to collaborate on something that would inculcate the culture of naloxone awareness within the workplace.
I am so thankful that David and Jackie Siegel made the leap to take a personal experience and turn it into a moving, successful, life-changing organization.
We're going to use opioid money to abate the opioid crisis. We can work together with groups like Victoria's Voice to spread the word about this and try to educate folks.
Jackie and David together are the force that can save a child's life. I'm proud to partner with you all. I'm honored to be your friend, and it's been great to be able to be with everyone today.
To prevent parents from missing the signs, Victoria's Voice created a powerful education program for parents called Vital Signs, to educate every parent what signs to look for. To address the lack of coping skills that led Victoria to turn to drugs, the foundation developed engaging youth programs and sent speakers to schools with Victoria's Voice called Save Our Kids. In 35 states, 304 schools, reaching over 500,000 students and parents.
It's one thing to tell students, don't do this, don't do that, but to have someone that has walked through their shoes, lived, breathed, and survived is priceless.
Growing faster than ever, Save Our Kids is now being implemented by My Life, My Power through their network of hundreds of schools. And beyond schools, they brought their programs to the youth through social media to ensure that we don't lose another life because there is no naloxone when an opioid overdose happens. Victoria's Voice led an awareness campaign that included reaching out to first responders, police chiefs, and sheriffs to carry naloxone in multiple counties, saving thousands of lives every year.
It was David and Jackie Siegel's advocacy and awareness and campaign that brought this to the attention of policing professionals across this country. We would not know about this substance if it was not for your advocacy, your work, and what you've done to save lives.
The foundation also secured a bipartisan federal resolution designating June 6th, the day Victoria died, as the National Naloxone Awareness Day.
The reason this resolution is important, it's a step to healing and to saving lives.
Today, June 6, 2023, marks 8 years since my sister Victoria passed away from a drug overdose. Today, we're here to move forward on our cause and spread the awareness, do as much as we can to prevent other families from going through what my family had to go through.
Thousands of lives have been touched and saved in barely 3 years that the foundation has existed, working with partners in both government and the private sector. taking Victoria's voice across every platform and every opportunity to build a movement to fight this crisis.
It took a community, folks. It took us working with UFC, the Raiders, the Seagulls. It's wonderful.
Sadly, it's not enough. Within the worsening deaths from an opioid overdose, we find a fentanyl crisis on our doorstep, coming through open borders, in the mail, in social sites that our children are searching every single day. From 2019 to 2021, children under 14 dying of fentanyl poisoning has increased faster than any other age group.
Tonight, 3 people are in jail in connection to the death of a toddler from a fentanyl overdose.
Fentanyl is now the #1 cause of death for all Americans 18 to 45. And while the opioid and fentanyl crisis is reported more frequently in media, a very small fraction of people are aware of naloxone.
When someone's one breath away from breathing, you inject it up their nose, and it's a nasal spray, and it'll bring them back to life for a period of time, then you get them to the hospital for help.
Among youth, 60% of fatal opioid overdose deaths happen at home, with 67% are witnessed by a bystander. We could have potentially saved 65,000 people just in the last year if they only knew of and had naloxone. Victoria's Voice is ready to take on this challenge in 2 very critical areas. We will take our Vital Signs Parent and Save Our Kids youth programs to warn parents in 29 states that have been most affected until we get to all 50, through schools, churches, parent organizations, to human resource departments of every company we can reach. We are initiating the most ambitious media awareness campaign called Get, Give, Save, or Get Naloxone, Give Naloxone, Save a Life, through the public service announcements distributed through all media avenues, billboards, throughout social media, reaching out to every media group, government agency, influencer, association, and business organization to be a part of this massive movement. We will be the loudest voice to encourage the installation and distribution of naloxone in as many dormitories, clubs, public and private buildings, into glove compartments of every car we can get to, giving everyone a chance at survival. We can no longer pretend that someone else will solve this epic crisis we are all facing. David and Jackie can no longer do this alone. There is a reason you are seeing this video today. We need your help to save the next generation before it's too late. Join us.